go?
Go.
I think we're good to go. Okay, tight 1-0 win for Sunderland against Portsmouth at the Stadium of Light this afternoon. Probably nervier than it had to be, do you think, James? Last 5 minutes felt a little bit dicey.
Yeah, that was not good for my heart rate. That was far harder than it needed to be. Portsmouth obviously went down to 10 men as well. Sunderland probably should have put the game to bed. They had chances. Mayenda was perhaps a little bit wasteful, although he did get the assist for Wilson Isidor's goal in the first half. So yeah, I felt like Sunderland should have been further ahead. Portsmouth did have a few little chances in the first half, I thought. Perhaps should have done better with a couple of them. But I'm pleased to get the 3 points, obviously, but I think some of these players need a little bit of a rest against Stoke on Saturday. That would leave around 2 weeks to Derby, the next game. So yeah, it was tense.
It was a weird game, wasn't it, in the sense that Portsmouth, that last 5 minutes sort of piled on the pressure, but Sunderland didn't really have anything clear cut to fend off though. I mean, it's one of those, isn't it, where you look at it, it's 3 points, it's a good win, but do they need to be getting 2 goals? Do they need to be putting these games to bed a little bit sooner, do you think?
I think it's obviously really hard to criticise it when you've come away with a 1-0 win. You would imagine at some point in the future Sunderland will have to be more clinical against teams like Portsmouth. But they've shown that they can score multiple goals in a game. I think we can sort of give them that one. Sort of heading into the running, you would like them to improve on that performance. As I do think there is mitigation. They have played a lot of football. It's been a very busy festive period, and as I say, with a lot of this squad in this team that played against Portsmouth probably set to miss out against Stoke in the FA Cup, I think it just provides a good opportunity.
Yeah, it's coming at a good time, that FA Cup tie, isn't it? It's,
Yeah.
Wilson Isidor, it's his 8th goal of the season now. It's 3 and 4 for him, and he also got Marlon Pack sent off. It was his capitalisation on the mistake, and he was streaking through, as we've seen him do so many times in recent months. I mean, what did you make of his performance?
He looked really sharp, obviously playing off the shoulder of the last man. As you say, resulted in that Marlon Pack sending off. I thought the finish for the first goal was really excellent. Shout out to Mayenda for the assist again. They look like they're developing a really good partnership. I do think when you play two up top, you do sacrifice a little bit in midfield, obviously, because you've got one less man. But I thought Dan Neil and Job did well. Back to Isidore, I mean, the finish for the offside goal was absolutely fantastic. I am a little bit concerned because he's been holding us back now for a little while. He was holding it in this game. He held it against Sheffield United. He's held it earlier in the season. You turned to me and said he looks like he's struggling just a little bit. Yeah. Hopefully that was just with a bit of fatigue. I don't want to stir the pot or create things that aren't there, but he has been holding us back for the past couple of games. I hope that's nothing, because I think his performances at the moment have been fantastic. And again, he probably needs to miss Stoke, doesn't he?
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. I mean, when Nasrusin got stripped and came on, I was fully expecting Isidor's number to come up, and then obviously it was Mayenda who came off the edge. But yeah, I think Isidor's probably one of those who will benefit most from having that sort of fortnight break. And also as well, it has to be said, you know, we know that Sunderland are probably going to be looking for reinforcements at the top end of the pitch. So you get halfway through January with him sort of not having played that much football, and then the potential to bring someone in later in the month, that's probably only going to be a good thing for him and his workload as well, you know, because he is getting through a lot at the moment. Sunderland don't have
he's playing a hell of a lot of football.
An awful lot of alternatives up there, do they?
And his strike partner Mayenda as well, I think he's obviously bounced back really well, hasn't he, from those misses against Blackburn and Stoke. I thought today, whilst he got into some really good positions, he was perhaps a touch wasteful. I think he could have done better with a couple of chances. There was also a couple of occasions where he maybe could have attempted the pass instead of going for the shot, but he does come away from the game with an assist. He is still only 19, he is still very raw, but I did think he was a threat. So that partnership sort of going forward into the new year is hugely positive, I think. And that, as you said, before any reinforcements come as well.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, you can really see the partnership form, and it's not just two players who've been stuck up there and it's sort of make and do. Like, they are genuinely dovetailing nicely. I mean, that's 2 assists from Mayenda into Isidore now. They're linking up well, they're creating the chances, and I think obviously the 1-0 scoreline and the fact that someone weren't able to put it to bed a little bit sooner maybe isn't ideal. That being said, on a different day, Isidore had one ruled out for offside. There were multiple other chances that sort of went begging.
There was a couple of little penalty shouts as well.
Yeah,
I understand one was outside the box, the second one at the beginning of the second half. The first one, I'm told from people online that it definitely could have been a penalty. So you know, on another day, I could have seen Sunderland scoring more, but it's just a shame that it had to end that way and very nervy towards the end. It wasn't good for the heart rate.
No, it certainly wasn't. But it's 3 points. Sunderland move on, like you say, FA Cup action next weekend against Stoke City. We'll be back, we'll be covering that. We'll be exactly right here watching it. Hopefully we'll have something positive to report on then as well.